Hello and welcome back. I feel like it's been a while, but it has. I do apologise that there wasn't a video last week. I was having a bit of a situation. Maybe we'll talk about that in the future. It was just a bit of a rough week last week, but we are back last Monday. So last Monday I had my 20-week scan, which on the NHS system would be officially my last scan before baby girl is born, which is really scary. But I had that last week. It was so good. Absolutely love a scan. It's my favourite thing ever. I just thought I would give you all details 20-week scan. So your 20-week scan is actually the anomaly scan, where they check everything, like they check all the fingers, all the toes, make sure that they're all there. They check the baby's brain development, they check the spine. Literally everything about the baby's health is checked over to make sure that your baby is as healthy as possible. So it is quite a nerve-wracking scan to go into, because up until then you're not really sure. You can be told, like obviously you can see issues from other scans, so you may already be aware if there is a sight problem, but this is the scan that they're actually looking for everything, so it is quite nerve-wracking. But for me, I went in and we have to sign in on a little computer, so I did that, checked myself in. I didn't actually end up waiting that long. I got in quite quick, which was different from my 12-week scan. My 12-week, I waited around about 20 minutes I think before I actually got seen, which is fine, but the time differs for everyone and for different scans and different days, so don't worry about it if you're waiting a little bit longer for one than the other. Also, if you are going to your scan, remember to have a full bladder. Here's a little bit of a lie that I told. So at my 12-week scan, I did have a full bladder and I was drinking loads, but I just was dying for a pee before I went to my scan, so I had to do a pee. And then they were struggling with the seeing the baby clearly, but I just couldn't wait. I just could not wait. But obviously at my 12-week scan, it was still, I think it's still your first trimester, or it's like transitioning to your second. I was still being sick a lot, so I was very dehydrated, so my body was just saving up all that water that I had lost. But remember to keep a full bladder so they can get a good view of the baby. Don't do what I did. Also remember to wear comfortable clothing. If you go in like a dress or something, obviously you've got to pull that up because they need to put the ultrasound on your stomach. So piece of advice: comfy clothes, leggings and a hoodie, leggings and a jumper, leggings and a vest. Leggings is what I'm saying. Just be comfortable. So when we went into the scan, she pretty much told us how it was going to go, what happens, told us everything they're looking at, everything they're looking for, to see if there is any issues at all. It was quite scary when she was saying it, because you know you're aware that is what they're looking for and you just don't know, so it was quite nerve-wracking. But I have had a gut feeling for a while that baby girl is okay and she's healthy, and I've just said it all the way through, apart from we had a bit of a wobble in the beginning, but she's healthy, she's happy. I just knew it, I could feel it in my bones. So I was sort of more excited than nervous, but I do understand for a lot of people it can be a nerve-wracking thing, especially if you've had issues with previous pregnancies or you've had issues up till now with your first pregnancy. It can be very overwhelming. If you are one of those people that have been feeling like that, remember to just take a deep breath, breathe through it. You don't know until they tell you, so overwhelming yourself and working yourself up is only going to stress you and the baby out. So I would suggest to just, if it is stressing you out, just try to not even think about it. Think about something else for 5 minutes while you're in there. Then when you go into your scan room, that's when you can start worrying. But do not worry about it. It isn't a very overly intense scan. It's a nice one to go to. They're literally just checking over. It's just like a general health checkup just for the baby, so don't worry. So at my 12-week scan, my baby would not move. She was not having any of it. She didn't want to move. She wasn't in the mood to move. So they struggled to get the tests that they needed to get, which then resulted in me having to come back the next day. I'm so sorry, by the way. I'm starting to get so uncomfortable during pregnancy sitting up. It's like, if you could see the way I'm sitting right now, I'm just so uncomfortable. But yeah, my 12-week scan, she wouldn't move, so it made it really difficult. I had to go back the next day to have like a 12-week scan part 2 because baby girl wasn't having any of it. This time round, she was playing, she was on our side. She was flipping and flopping around, like practically posing to the little ultrasound, getting all the positions we needed so she could be checked over, which was great. It took about 5 minutes to check everything. Maybe a little bit longer, I think, to check her face. It took a little bit longer because she started with her face facing the camera, and then while the sonographer was checking everything else, and then when she moved to her face, she decided, nah, you've seen enough. So we had to try and wriggle her around so she could get a good view of her face. They do actually tell you in the scan room if there is any complications or if they can see anything that is looking a bit off. So if you are going to your scan and you're feeling a bit nervous, they will tell you right then and there, so you're not going home stressing or worrying whether they've seen something and you just don't know. They do tell you then and there, so do not worry thinking you've got to wait. If there are any complications found, they do actually offer you a second scan, just to have like another double check to make sure that everything is good. I just think sometimes it's just good to get a second opinion, because especially, I can't speak for everyone, but for me as a first time mum, if anything seemed slightly off in my body, it was just stressful and it was just anxious and I was a mess. So just having somebody else reassure that everything's okay just helps out a lot more. Also, if you only have your NHS scans, this is the scan where they tell you the gender of your baby, which is so exciting. This is the gender scan. So if you are scared about the anomaly part of it, think about the fact that you're about to find out your baby's gender, which is so exciting to do. And if you're like most parents, I don't know many parents that do get upset, you'll be so happy with either or. I mean, I knew she was a girl from the beginning, but I was so excited to find out that she was actually a girl. Like, it's such a fun feeling. So if you are feeling nervous, focus on the gender more than the anomaly part. I did have a private scan at 16 weeks to find out baby girl's gender. And because of that, they didn't need to like check over, but they do just confirm it that it is actually a girl, which they did for me. Confirmed she is a beautiful little baby girl growing in there. And it was, I can't even explain how much I love being pregnant so much, you know. Like, I just love it so much. I could just cry because I just don't want to not be pregnant. Like, I'm so excited for her to be here. I like don't want to not be pregnant anymore. I just love it so much. I've got my little friend, I've had to pull my top up a bit because the bump is starting to really bump now. I just love it so much. But yeah, overall, my scans have been incredible. I've loved every single one. The 10-week scan, I think it was at 10 weeks I had a scan. It was unbelievably nerve-wracking because I was bleeding, but baby girl was happy and healthy. So I just look back and it was just the best day ever, seeing her wriggling around on the scan. Oh, it's just the best feeling. My 12-week scan was great. 20-week scan was great. I am thinking about booking one more private scan before she's born, because I'm not due another scan at all. Like, that's it now until she's here, and I just feel like, well, I need to see her one more time. I want to see her one more time. I just miss her so much already. So I'm thinking about booking one more, just a little sneaky one. But the results from my 20-week scan, baby girl is happy and healthy. Everything's great, everything's developing great, weight is fine, everything's fantastic. She's just a happy little girl growing in mama's belly. I'll show you my bump, hold on. I'm starting to struggle so much not doing anything. I wonder if I can stand up and show you. Might have to do this way. There, look at that bump. Look at that bump. Little girl in there. She's kicking now, she's moving around. I actually saw her move, like I saw her whole body, like my whole stomach just moved. It was the weirdest thing last night. It's the first time I ever seen that. Best thing ever though, loved it. If you have your 20-week scan soon, let me know how it goes. Don't be nervous, let me know what the gender is. remember to embrace it, because this is your last one before baby's here if you don't book another private one. And yeah, just enjoy it. Oh, let me show you her scan pictures. I love this one. It's hard to try and hide the hospital name. Here is baby girl. Look at the little rib. Oh my god, she's so cute. This one of her spine I think is just the cutest thing ever. Look at that, how clear is that? I don't know if you can see, there's her little nose. There's her little mouth. There's her little baby in there. That video was probably a bit all over because I was so excited to talk about my 20-week scan because I just loved it so much. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I will be posting another video next week. I think I might do like a little baby haul because I've just bought so much stuff for her recently and I kind of want to show off because it's really cute. If you've seen my shorts, then you definitely will have seen it already, but let me know. And yeah, I will see you next week for another video.